Huh? What is this? It's a door. There's a door. Huh? A door? Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? Huh? Isn't this a classroom? But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else. I'm about to get liquid snaked and groundhog dayed in one go. And I arrived at a place that looked like a trial ground. But then, why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before, when we were all gathered in that classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island? Guys, things are getting out of hand.
Testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then. Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all. So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
Guys? Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? He definitely said it. Welcome to Hope's Peak Academy. But why would this place be Hope's Peak? And not just that, what is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? Guys, things are beginning to get out of control. Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school at all. What a creepy place. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Hope's Peak Academy. Is this creepy place the Hope's Peak Academy that I've admired for so long? It's probably a building that Monokuma made to startle us, just like the fun house. That's right, that's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? I'll go. That'll definitely clear things up. So... okay. I see. This is quite the day we're having, isn't it? The gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower away anymore. And so I braced myself and cautiously opened the door. I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of that door. It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn right.
Yo, Hajime.
Yo.
You heard the announcement and came here too, right? You guys did too, right?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Hope's Peak or something. That cannot be possible. You're right. Any way you look at it, it's impossible.
Hello! How does it feel to return to long-awaited Hope's Peak Academy?
Why, you.
Where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time?
What a shock! I just told you guys this is Hope's Peak.
There's no way in hell that's true.
Oh, but it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope's Peak. Well, what's left of it anyway?
What's left of it?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope's Peak fell to ruin.
You were serious about that? I don't believe it.
But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for.
What do you mean?
Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Hope's Peak, and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine.
Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now.
Someone. Enough with this bullshit, just spit it out already. Where'd you take us, you bastard? We are gaining no ground here, lads. Though I am not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin and...
In other words,
It means I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin.
What do you mean between? What do you mean made?
what's this?
Oh my! Are your minds getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment.
Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No way!
It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam.
Then, what is the graduation exam?
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know? On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate.
Are you sure?
But on the
about this?
other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
So,
That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision.
Whatever.
Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here.
Huh? We're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we'd stay here. This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now.
no.
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet.
Main cast.
Hey,
Meaning you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives. So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world.
What do you mean?
I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope's Peak. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. So please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip.
And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual. What is going on? Outside world? Main cast? Somehow I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey!
Like, he kept insisting that this place is Hope's Peak. But that's impossible, right?
What are you saying?
How do we make it back to Hope's Peak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
it cannot be.
There is no place for Hope's Peak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on the island. But this building is really Hope's Peak Academy? This is Hope's Peak Academy I've been admiring for so long? What in the world is going on? Damn it. Why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to... I feel like his eyes get a little more pronounced every time he's on screen. I was finally able to attend Hope's Peak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope. Is that what you're thinking? Blah, blah, blah. My name's Nagito. I'm a huge bag of dicks. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why? Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Huh?
Hey, bastard.
Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all? As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means? Because that's gone so well all previous times.
Hey.
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation? Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma? They could still be World Ender. However, the Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monami never once denied that. Even if they're our allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation. But if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're gonna get out of here safely, we have to do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been? All right, I'm gonna do it.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, we might be able to learn about something. About Hope's Peak, about ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine. Hey, can we go home when this is... We can go home... Fuck me. We can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course.
Hell yes. He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what's happened to Hope's Peak, none of that matters. What's important is I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now. But Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know we'd never choose to stay on this island. We'll see.
Hey.
So what are we gonna do? Can we start already? I mean, what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building? If you have an alternative, we will take opinions.
Even so.
I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building. Well, I'm just gonna go on ahead for now. Hey, you're already going?
Jeez.
What is that idiot thinking, running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However,
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives. As far as we know. So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at a green light, we'd never reach our goal. No, because then we're gonna go on red, you fucking idiot. Obviously. Akane already took off on her own. It might be faster if we split up and look around. Like Sonia said, if there's no more killing, then we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. As far as we know. We don't even know how many people are in this building right now. Let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium.
Excuse me.
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow, then left the gymnasium.
Oh my.
Miss Sonia.
Miss Sonia!
Please don't leave me. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Uh-huh. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more, and it's going to end. One way or another. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual, peaceful, everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance toward that hope. Even though I don't understand and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening, for the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. In before he is a robot. Oh, are we gonna, so the exam is gonna be a trial, is it, based off the fact we're doing that suddenly? I know we're investigating, but like we're investigating. So this is not the room we should have entered. Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way that will make me back down. Opinions? This hallway, there's a strange feeling to it, no? I don't know, seems normal to me. Nothing peculiar is going on. As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement. You mean like those visible walls over the doors?
I am concerned.
Is it just me? Yeah, you know. I definitely can't see anything barring entrance, so... Ooh. Kinda looks like a face. Eyes, you know, mouth. Anyway. Is this a dojo? This seems more fluorescent than the last time we saw this room. It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. What is this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Wow. Why is a manga with such a suspicious-looking title laying out in the open like this? Little does he know, he can't see that there's actually a giant box hanging over it just waiting.
Let's start with history first, class. Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person.
What about the second thing? It's just that I thought Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I mean, look, who the fuck else was gonna be responsible? I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Ah, yes. Indeed. We are explicitly investigating right now, so we should probably consider not investigating. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue at getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they've decided to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the reserve department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the reserve department. The expenses and exam fees for the reserve department are quite high compared to most high school students. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak was now available to talentless commoners. People who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began research of talent to create Hope's Peak Academy, Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak. Hope's Peak was crippled by the incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. Damn, they were open for like years presumably, and they didn't accomplish anything? Shit. The end. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that suddenly got cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus those phrases mentioned at the end of the manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak. These names are so melodramatic, there's no way these incidents really happened, right? I feel like we've been here before, you know? Something about this just tingles a memory. This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but that would just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The reserve department. That department was only built to collect money. We already knew that. I was one of those reserve corps students, right? We already knew that that's what it was for.
That's weird.
Oh, you're here again.
Ah, the thing that's weird is you, of course.
Huh?
Why did you forget you were part of the reserve department?
Is this a trick question? Are you not responsible for this?
The Future Foundation only took memories away from your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird you actually forgot something like that.
What do you want me to say?
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve corps students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself.
Huh?
You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, something they erase from their memory of what happened, it happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though.
Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's to be expected of a reserve corps student.
Damn it. What the heck? Tight. Alright. Anything here? Yeah, okay. Nothing else looks... Alright, I'm leaving. Nothing else looks important. Now. Thoughts?
What's going on?
It's kind of creepy. Can't get to places that I should be able to. It's like some rules being enforced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Oh yes, the invisible walls. We are acquainted. This is the wrong way. Okay. This looks like a fucking Shin Megami Tensei dungeon. Alright, we can't even go in here. Well, that sucks. So where to then? Weren't the others all locked? And we leave? Ah! What have we here? This is another manga. It's lying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Wasn't The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other manga too? Ah, Hajime. It has the memory of a goldfish, huh? That's relatable, though. It's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. I don't remember it saying they went bankrupt, but whatever. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? I don't know. It's not like it's the topic of the book or anything. I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the Tragedy of Hope's Peak occurred at Hope's Peak. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Izuru, not Uzuru. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru was also known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of reserve corps students, who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. And the uprising began. Oh, I see. Well, y'all sure fucked that one up, didn't ya? And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited, Danganronpa 0. That's a manga. Isn't that a manga, or is it one of the animes? Wait, there's books as well, isn't there? Fuck, I don't know. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. Right. Except that we literally know of several people that died at Hope's Peak Academy.
What irony! For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. An incident like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be so lucky that you're incompetent.
Damn it, he always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something different, completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope, but for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents, so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said the reserve corps students began uprising. And what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. Why? There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. He said, completely detached from the incident, having no recollection of anything that happened 2 weeks ago. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak, but the biggest, most awful in human history is the worst incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. Alright, where to now? Which one's opened? Nope. Okay. Still raw, still raw. What the fuck is on that? What the hell is with this room? It's freaking cold in here. Yes. Obvious, like, who knows what this room could be? It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I stand still, I might end up freezing to death, like the pussy I am. I should hurry up and investigate. Hold on, we have to read a whole manga. Okay, the bottom of that mouth, or the tongue rather, made that look really fucking weird from a distance. There's another manga just lying around. Manga for morons. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this. The biggest, yes. Just what kind of incident was really all about? It might turn out to be something lame. I mean, it's got a pretty dramatic name, as you yourself said, so I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this manga so grotesquely drawn because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. Ah, I see. It's a fucking, what the fuck's it called? Cognitive hazard? Information hazard? Something to that effect. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The ends and means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to a more uncivilized time when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. Ah, yes, the hallowed art of blood sports. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. A war turned into an orc briefly, not for principles, religion, or personal gain, just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talent for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest blah blah blah. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The blah blah blah. This is definitely all made up, right? I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? Well, you see. My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent. That's what I would immediately think of after my family and friends, obviously, as well. The nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
No way!
Are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you?
Who would enjoy reading something like this? I would like to introduce you to a creator known as Junji Ito and then ask that question again. You don't
Like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy.
Enough. What is this messed up manga?
I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains.
This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues are here. All the clues here are real. Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world.
I see. So that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Yeah. He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world so we'll want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps. No, that's definitely it. The tragedy has been added. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? I see, so you don't believe, you think it's all made up, and yet you also think that that organization, which came about as a result of the tragedy, is real. Interesting. Some real maneuvers you're having to pull off for that one. If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then, are the killings involved and connected to them as well? Are the killings we're involved in? I'm an idiot, Jesus Christ. It's no use, I'm going to freeze to death. I'm at my limit, I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the room. Whew, that was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? Well, there was only one left that had like a different colored blockage, right? This one. Pretty disappointed we haven't gone in the fucked up one. Lads. No, I should ignore it. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see him. Rude as fuck.
Jeez.
When I went inside this room, that bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me. I wonder why. It's gonna be shitty either way.
Damn right.
I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot. I don't want to do that either. Hello, friendo.
Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right?
What are you doing here?
No, no.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth?
You should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place.
A high school student who doesn't like manga? That's like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots.
I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. What do you need to tell me?
It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. Surprise! It's about the ultimate despair.
Huh?
Ahem. Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days, it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A fashionista.
A high school girl?
Lady Junko Inoshima.
Junko Inoshima?
As for the former ultimate despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the ultimate despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group.
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. Like, I doubt they filled out paperwork, dude. Like, what do you mean? There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl. So naive. So young and naive.
Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it. That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections to the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place.
So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat? Then what was their purpose?
What? You fucking idiots? Despair!
Why did they cause that incident? It doesn't make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without purpose.
It was Junko Inoshima's despair.
Huh?
For Junko Inoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Inoshima as Junko Inoshima.
What are you saying?
I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Inoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. She's actually just a condensed black hole of emotion. Living, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair.
What the hell?
With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Inoshima.
This is giving me like 40k vibes, because the dark elves in that setting, like, well, they weren't dark elves at the time, they were just elves. They were so hedonistic that they ended up spontaneously creating an entirely new god of lust. It's kind of like that, but one person and despair, apparently.
Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair. All in Junko Inoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it all off, they completely believed it was something they had to do.
There's no way something that crazy is possible. True, I would be hesitant to believe. Oh yes, so you see, this one person was so angsty and edgy, they spontaneously became a god.
Do you know about the final days of the reserve corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak?
Final days.
In other words,
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history.
Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so, the 2,357 students at the reserve department all committed mass suicide.
Mass suicide? That's a fucking lot of people.
What'd you say?
All 2,357?
Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded.
Well, aren't you lucky, Hajime? Is that me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Inoshima. It doesn't scare me at all, he said, sweating. I mean,
Bastard!
Junko Inoshima is already dead. Huh? I mean, we might be about to get liquid snaked, though. Reserve department. Tight. Alright, well, good talk, lads. Oh, I'm supposed to talk to him? Okay. For Yuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko's dead? What? You didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. Oh, we couldn't go into all the rooms, like all the same rooms? What was that you said about the Killing School Life? Like the killings we were involved in. They were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. The Killing School Life ended up failing in the end. Did it really, though? As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey,
For a manga about the Killing School Life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed Killing School Life was Junko. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko is dead.
like,
Turns out the Killing School Life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak, and she took their memories? Just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing.
so.
The students of Hope's Peak were widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But the messed up plan was stopped. Junko died. Junko lost to the students. She was placed in her trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then Junko is no more. Until, spontaneously, she created magic. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story are true or not doesn't matter. Junko isn't alive anymore. We said despite having exactly one piece of evidence that says that's the case. Who is our enemy? If Junko's already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that Killing School Life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation.
No shit.
If the students from Hope's Peak stopped the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this really is an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras are all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere, just like the surveillance cameras during the Killing School Life?
Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh?
What, do you have a problem with that?
Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna do?
Oh well, I just raised the flag.
Flag? What do you mean, raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that?
One step at a time. You're getting closer to clearing my character route.
You're not making sense again.
Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy.
Alright, hit me up.
Do you want to hear about the Ultimate Despairs again?
No, I don't really need you to. Okay, yeah, okay, I thought you were gonna, you know, raise some flags, raise your dongers, but whatever. Oh! Huh? We changed to a different hallway again. What's going on to make something sudden like this happen? I've already decided that I'm not going to be surprised. That's right, there's no time for me to be surprised. Right. I'm in a different spot than I thought I was. Not you, okay. Is it one of you? No. Did I walk past one of the doors? Can we look at that? Oh no, because the map doesn't work like that anymore. Where's the room? Why am I such an idiot? Oh, it's here. Of course. Ah, yes. It's been so long. Oh. This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. You think? Looks like some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music room? There are bigger questions we should be asking about this. And not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol is a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. Is it really gonna be that simple, though? Anyway. What's this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. As letters are known to do, it looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak, it's possible they may be targeted by Ultimate Despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko rallying them. In a worst-case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of this killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope's Peak, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hope's Peak. 15? Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the ba-ba-ba in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. What about prior to Monokuma arriving, though? If he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest blah 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 blah. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? Well, probably research. The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. Why? If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. It's a research facility, though. How do you know they aren't studying you from inside? Somehow, there are still so many mysteries. Anyway. Oh, fuck, I didn't see you. Where to now? Not you, okay. Don't remember where the blocked doors were. Not you. Oh, here. Oh, there we go. Please read for a moment as I chug the rest of this coffee and remember to stay hydrated.
Maybe. Well.
Alright. I'm caffeinated and I'm ready to solve mysteries. More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? Yeah, you have one personality and it's another person. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? You know, like, at the start, I really just didn't feel strongly about Soda one way or another, and now I absolutely loathe the man. I want him to just shut the fuck up. There are letters floating in the air, like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. So many different fucking names. Even though they have lost Junko Enoshima, the fact remains they are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko Enoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated. Does that mean this is an order to kill them? Who knows? Could be anything. Really ambiguously worded. That doesn't sound peaceful. They're literally destroying the world, Hajime. I would imagine they weren't feeling all that peaceful, no. I guess that's understandable. It's as terrible as it sounds. It's pretty much all-out war. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Thoughts? Oh, saw Monokuma. Oh wait, no. Did I talk to you? God damn it. Whatever, fuck off. Wasn't expecting to still find these. Oh, of course.
Are you serious?
Fuck, I can't spend them at my gacha machine. Shit. Nothing else looks important in here. Oh, wait, no, apparently there is. Wait, is it these heavily aliased flowers, actually? Flowers on top of the desk? Unfathomable. Who would put flowers there? Plus, they look strange to me. Are my eyes just tired? To be honest, it's starting to fuck with me a little bit, you know? Like, the visual things. There's something wrong on the... something wrong on the blackboard. What's written here? Oh. Hiyoko? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters. Are names I've seen before. This person looks completely different. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Saionji is written there. What is this newspaper? This looks nothing like her. Well, I mean, it looks a bit like her, but she's way older in this. What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko Saionji. That can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean, the Hiyoko we knew was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in this paper, in a way I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure are it's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean? This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko Saionji here. I mean, then Hiyoko had an older sister with the same first and last name. Well, I would be surprised if the last name was different, though it's not impossible. An older sister with the same first and last name. Guys, people share last names pretty frequently. The first name in conjunction, though, you know. That's the only explanation, right? I can think of like 5. I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister? She wasn't really like the opening and sharing type, you know? It's not like I was that close to her or anything.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Saionji family's only daughter.
She doesn't have a sister than a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko.
Huh?
Of course not.
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well,
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt?
What are you saying? She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. Oh, as far as you know.
today, I'm
Regardless,
white.
all the clues I provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck? This is the truth? I mean, we're fairly obviously in a simulation at this point, so it's not, you know... Finally, it took me like nearly 2 entire games to get to the simulation, but we're finally there. At least it, you know, it looks like it. If I get baited and switched at this point, I'm gonna be upset. If this is the truth and the Hiyoko in this newspaper, either the version we saw was like, you know, different in the Matrix deal, you know, or, you know, something. Maybe we traveled through time. Who fucking knows? Is he really saying this is the same person? That is literally what he said. That's impossible. How can a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey,
Could it be related to the list of subjects? Huh?
this is bad.
It says subjects. Maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hiyoko's body? What am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? He really, like, talked himself through a whole range of emotions there, didn't he? It's if some kind of experiment. It would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. What kind of experiment was it? Really, like, what do you think it is at this point, though, Hajime? Right now, you're currently looking at a screen that is attached to nothing and is being projected by nothing, and the flowers are pixelated to you.
What's going on?
What's going on? It better not have anything to do with time travel. That would be pretty fucking exciting. Danganronpa's lore is already pretty complicated, to be honest. We should definitely include time travel to really spice it up a little bit. Alright. Oh, what do you want me to look at now? Oh, that? An extremely overwhelming portrait. What? What is overwhelming about it? What the fuck does that mean? I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says... Hope's Peak Academy founder, Izuru Hamukura? That's awfully peculiar, given what we saw earlier. Founder of Hope's Peak, and this name, Izuru. This Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Yes. What the fuck does this mean, then? Damn it, another mystery. Damn. That's an awfully baffling thing to just get dropped on you.
With this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime. You shall now go to the next stage.
Next stage. You know, I thought he was going really heavy with, like, the meta acknowledgements, but if we're, we're in a video game. But, like, he might literally be saying, like, you guys are in a video game, you know, rather than, like, talking, like, fourth wall stuff. Damn it, not again. This hallway is different from the last time. I guess when that flag Monokuma mentioned is raised, I moved to a different hallway. Yeah, he's also talking about flags suddenly, you know? Okay, he's going, like, leading way heavier than he did in the last game, if not. But, you know. If this doesn't turn out to be a simulation at this point, I don't know what the fuck, dude. Thinking about it is going to waste my energy. Oh my fucking god. Huh? Alright. Where door? Where the fuck am I? Which room are you? Art. Oh, okay, I know where I am. I should do the other way first then. Because... Nope, over here. This is like more out of the way. Nope, can't go in there. Okay. So, nope, I'm looking the wrong way. Ugh. Oh. Huh, fair enough. Oh! There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. I like how calmly he can list those features. It's hard to think a room like this actually exists inside a school. So, the room, no, but the table, yes. Do you really not want to acknowledge this, like, at all? Okay. It's a file with Hope's Peak seal. Confidential. This means it's a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Who knows? Why am I even asking? Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. Jesus fucking Christ. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word True Hope left a strong impression for my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope's Peak Academy was behind something like that? Is that really surprising, given what we already learned? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope, huh? This hologram again. What does this one say? It looks like another email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact we are unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others. So we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation once they are discovered. We shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Says here that they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? Well, first off, doesn't look like anybody's actually been dying at this point. Second off, Monokuma isn't the Future Foundation, as we've heard multiple times. Well, I guess it's not possible the Future Foundation set this all up.
What's this?
My, Hajime, if you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse.
It's your fault. What is this hologram anyway?
Hey!
It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them.
You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents. Peculiar.
No!
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all.
There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. Alright. Oh. It sure does, Hajime. Hajime. I get you could be used to that part, but does nothing else about this strike you as odd? What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? This is just totally disconnected from reality. It sure oh my god, it's... Oh no, it's not reversed. Okay. Are you okay? Would you like to talk? Yeah, I'm oscillating between dimensions right now. You want anything? It's close. It's very close. Someone is coming. Akane's twitching her nose and examining her surroundings. They're definitely real close. At least that's what my gut's telling me. Then answer this with your gut. Is it an enemy or an ally? My gut feeling is... They're both.
Yeah.
He's right. They're both. Both? What do you mean?
You.
I don't know any details. It's just my gut. Oh, that's true, I guess. Okay, good talk, team. Good talk. So now. Over here. No. Yeah, I was already kind of disorientated. This is really fucking me up right now. Oh, fuck me. God damn it. Fuck. Ugh. I kind of hate this. Jesus. Oh, I walked right past you. Okay. I see. They're highlighted like they're interactables. Monokuma probably left something here too. Just that? Okay. This hologram again. It must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails. I should read it. To Future Foundation Division, 14th Division, Makoto Naiji. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Why is Makoto doing that? Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? This email suggests someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naiji. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Why is he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Yeah, you should probably just repeat the whole email verbatim, you know? Did he betray the Future Foundation? What do you think? I like how, like, you can read a document that's written so bluntly, and Hajime will still be like, what does that mean? I don't know what it means in like a broader context, but like, come on, dog. Like, you know what it means. Oh, fuck me. Oh, God. No, Oh, wait. Is this... No, that's not a door. Okay. Oh, I hate this. Is there another door down here? Yes. Okay. This is not the room that should be here. Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't get it, but this looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it, but I was at a school and now I'm suddenly in a laundry room. True story, bro. Looks like a tablet computer. Looks like the power is on, too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and started examining it. Neo World Program. This word, Neo World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. The Neo World Program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo World Program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo World Program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World Program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. Why, though? Additionally, the Neo World Program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. I see. This is kind of a cyberpunk nightmare. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, and causing brainwashing probably, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating. I like that. Yes, this could remove brainwashing. Yes, well, what about the opposite of that, though, also? Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world. Program. A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is despair. Ah. I screamed loudly, as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I am starting to accept that. There's no way something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character out. Now then, despair is waiting for you.
Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. So what if the floor is glitching beneath my feet? It can't possibly be true. Made up. Including me too. Anyway.
Hiya.
Hey, how are you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. You guys are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of the world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Look forward to it.
This hallway. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to the gym. Please stop. I don't really see a resemblance, but oh my god. Please don't. Please don't. Oh my god. Ah. Oh, Christ. What? You? Explain.
The moment you discover that the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear.
Alright, good talk. Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna have a stroke. Is this floating? Multiple things have been floating! What do you mean? Why are you now surprised to see objects floating? That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. So if it were smaller, that wouldn't surprise you? What in the world is it? And the moment I look at that object. Oh! Welcome. Welcome to the Neo World program. Ah, it was that ultimate programmer. A person? A floating person is talking to me. Can you really not tell that this isn't a person? Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first... Exactly. I'm not quite a person, I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That is the name my master gave me when he created me. It can talk? Whoa! I don't know a machine that can do that. What are you? Alter Ego? Artificial Intelligence Program? I am the master program behind the Neo World program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one that you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing. And because of that, this world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Like, I would also be surprised. You know, I'd be pretty upset. But this is an undeniable fact at this point, Hajime. You know what's going on, surely. Damn it, it's that feeling from earlier. This floating thing, like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't feel my feet or the ground, like I can't even believe my own existence. Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? What is the Neo World program? The Neo World program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island where this facility is located. This is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I am to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be, mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, the school you're in. It appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you, too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry, I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World program. Most of its words, I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. I don't know what to tell you at this point, dude. Like, I don't know how you can receive any more direct information. There's no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Are you saying this world is a fictional world? You've basically been told that about 9 times. I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths, they're all just fiction. Is that? Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo World program used for in the first place? The Neo World program only has one purpose. It's used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. A program for creating hope. But the fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step toward replacing memory. Right. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to. From there, you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world, removing memories of any time period you set it to. So Monokuma was right, we did lose our school memories. Yeah. But why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? I'm sure you can think of a reason, Hajime. There's a reason for that, right? That it... How? Guys. It's because that's where the fucking tragedy happened. Whatever. Anyway. Booting the program on the survivor of Hope's Peak Academy, while it's still in the experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us. So are we real? Like, are we even real? Like, have they made us think we're completely different people, or what? But they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry, I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Man, fucking all these strange terms. Virus, world, school, you know. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people, along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors, eh? Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. Oh, it's all coming together, boys. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the Observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. But the Observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher's role have? As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. But because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. What is that virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole a portion of my abilities which contain my authority to build the world. It was like a grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control, but even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock in the Funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means this supposed virus is so smart that it surpasses this Alter Ego. If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Like, probably Monokuma. Yeah, you know. What the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one? That's so freaking irritating. Irritating. That's one way you could describe it. How did that virus infect the Neo World program? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility, and directly uploaded it to the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility, but the only person who could enter that facility is someone who's a member of the Future Foundation, and we already know of one that's betrayed people. What am I thinking? Why am I assuming what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Well, you see. Like, just show their pictures. Like, why silhouette them, you know? But it's true the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it, but I'm still able to defend the essential areas, so it has a limit too. A limit? If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure and...
Hey, come on now.
Okay, even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more, suppose that you exist between life and death, and the death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to the deflection based on the definition of existence that constitutes the relationship. From there, the paradigm changes results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable and accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world and the situation from which the context invites you over. Death, 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 death. Death, 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 death. Hey? Death, 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 death. Death, 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 death.
Oh, that's horrifying. Do you think you can stop now? Oh, what the heck? It's Makoto. What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe he can't hear my voice? I'm currently talking to the world through Alter Ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us. I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there. I hope. Looks like this guy can't even hear or see me. Just who is this guy? Is he our ally? Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say and believe you're there listening to me. But first, I should apologize. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us. What did he want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the passwords when at the graduation exam grounds, right? You know, 11037. 11037. Yeah, that's what we found when we entered Nezumi Castle. The door to the ancient ruin was supposed to open after you finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left the 11037 password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat him. Does this mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? Okay. In a worst-case scenario where an observer who has the role of a teacher goes rogue, I've prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Forced shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they wouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. As if...
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that weirdness just now?
who knows, bro?
I see.
Anyway,
That's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again.
Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? Yeah, that was the whole point. It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. Yes, obviously. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy. Yes, obviously. You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best. Do our best. But what do we have to do our best at? The mystery is getting solved. I'm starting to finally see the truth. But what are we supposed to do with that truth? When that truth is really a lie? We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings too. Even though we had to experience something as awful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? Okay. Alright, good talk, Alter Ego. See ya. Oh, God. Oh, please. Oh, get me out of this room.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
it's time for the long-awaited graduation exam.
Stop.
Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope's Peak Academy.
See you soon.
A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. I just need to focus on that. Alright, where the fuck are we right now? Oh, please. He means this red door, right? Do I have to go in here? If I do that, will this be finished? Oh, baby. Oh, here we go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah! Thank God. Huh? This place.
Yo.
Looks like everyone's here.
Damn right.
Seems this is gonna be the final place.
However,
This place is... Is this a trial field? We've been here before, right? Yeah, this should be the place that the door of the ancient ruin leads to. Seems pretty strange that we've been in that other building up till now.
Damn it.
It's like we're dreaming or something. If this is a dream, then this too is very...
So you finally arrived. Congratulations. You guys are the first ones to ever beat this game.
I'm such a gamer, dude.
After stopping by Hope's Peak Academy, you finally come back to this place. To the graduation exam site within the ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island.
You can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different than the trial ground from before.
This trial field actually inspired the one from before. So in a way, this place is the original.
Hey, hey.
Who cares? This graduation exam means we can finally go home, right?
If that's what you guys decide.
And if we have to decide, what do we have to do?
Now then.
Please take a look at the LCD touch panel built into your seats. Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler this time.
Yes, indeed.
There are two options, graduate and repeat. You just have to choose one of them, then press it. All of you will cast your vote, and whichever one has the majority will be considered your final decision. If you don't press either of them, it will be treated as an absence and will not be counted.
In other words,
Which means everyone who has died up till now will have their votes treated as absences.
then
The result is based on our majority vote.
If graduate is chosen by a majority vote, from there an event that's kinda like a graduation exam, a ceremony called the graduation program will begin.
Even if we have to do this stupid majority vote, the result is already pretty damn obvious. Let's move this along. We can press it now, right?
no.
You can't do that yet. Your resolve hasn't firmed yet, right? Your will to be swept away by society's harsh current.
Shut up.
Who the hell cares? I'm gonna press it.
What's this?
My, which of your orifices are you using to spill bile? To participate in the graduation program, you need my final say as your teacher, you know.
Does that mean it won't end with just a majority vote?
That's right.
After the votes, I'm going to judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not.
Damn it.
So even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it.
Well,
I'm terribly sorry for being rude earlier, sir.
No way.
But
You don't have to worry. There's no way I won't acknowledge your graduations. This is merely a formality. I'm just doing it because that's how it has to be.
he's doing it because it's how it has to be. Doesn't mean he can exert his will over everything. He too has a limit. Is this what Alter Ego was talking about?
Anyway,
Even if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. After all, afterward, you cast your majority vote, and from there, we move on to the graduation program.
Why do we have to go through something so dumb?
Well, that is...
You said you were waiting for the main cast, right? Which means you're stalling for time. Who's the main cast?
No need to worry about it. It has nothing to do with you guys.
that is
There is no way it has nothing to do with us. We are the only ones who are involved.
so
It
annoying.
doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of chumps in the big picture. That's why it has nothing to do with you. Just perform your roles without complaining.
you pissed me
Hold
off.
on. What's with that chump comment?
That's not that it's important or anything, but make sure you turn off that toy.
I won't forgive
How dare you treat him like a toy?
What's this?
I did treat it like a toy. You got a problem with that? I created everything. You're actually picking a fight with me? I'm basically a god. Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is just the nature of life. Fine then, before you die, sear my power into your memories.
Yes, let's go. Alright, let's do this.